Episode 2 of Furies Season 1 starts with the Fury introducing Lina to a new world, the criminal underbelly of Paris. They show up at a restricted greenhouse, where we first get a look at the godfathers of the world. The Californian, the Trans, Fama, Mama, and the K brothers are all the lackeys around the main table of crime, but it's the Jelly who's the main interest here, and he's missing from the table. The Fury shows up to see the group alone, with the Fixer keeping Lina company outside, warning her about the dangers of getting on the wrong side of this group. As they talk, another member shows up, Mr. Parquez. He's the head of the underworld assassins, and he's a nasty guy. When he berates one of the workers and breaks his fingers, Lina interjects and finds herself in an uncompromising position too. The Jelly drops off a package for the Fury, which happens to be the Jelly himself, hacked up into pieces. That's one less suspect off the list, but it's clear one of these shady characters at the table is responsible for what's happened. The Fury, Selma, saves Lina from her predicament and they get to work examining Jelly's body. Lina can't stomach it though and ends up back at Ellie's place for the night. Unfortunately, Ellie turns off her alarm and as a result, Lina is late to meeting Selma. This is the first day of the rest of her life, as she's going to be trained just like the Fury. However, they also need to figure out who killed Darius and Jelly. When it comes to the latter, he was seen on CCTV leaving Mama's brothel with a solitary girl, but they don't know who she is. However, they seem to be on the right track. Naturally, the pair head off to Mama Land, the place where Mama rules with an iron fist, with Lina posing as one of Mama's new girls to join in the brothel. Lina is on her own though when she gets inside, but she eventually manages to gain access to the archive. Unfortunately, there are a number of different girls here all locked away in a filing cabinet, and trying to find the girl who left is like looking for a needle in a haystack. When Mama shows back up, she sooses something up in her office, unaware of what Lina has been up to, who returns to her spot with the other girls. Lina holds her nerve, and when one of the guards is found knocked out outside, Lina uses the opportunity to get the details she needs and hightails it out. It's touch and go for a while until she gets into a mascot costume to get away, and then immediately gets struck by a car. It turns out this is the cop, Keta, who initially arrested her. She warns Lina away from her line of inquiry, and the only way to get the documents she stole back is to work for her. While Lina grapples with the mess she's found herself in, the Fixer sniffs around Ellie's place, nonchalantly avoiding the cop while he has earphones in, dancing around the flat. He also checks out Lina's mom's place too and finds some pictures from her childhood that could prove to be decisive. Remember Orso? The guy from the casino? Well, he finds Lina and he confronts her that night. However, Lina holds her own against his words. In the morning though, Selma is there waiting for her. The girl's name is Asma, and her trail leads the pair down to the junkyard where her father is being kept captive. It doesn't take long for a big fight to break out. Their target is a caravan at the far end, which happens to hold schematics for a key to a safe. This is goldsmith work and apparently only geniuses can do it. This is why they snatched Asma's father and used him, and also how the Jelly and Asma are involved. Unfortunately, the Fixer feeds back all the collateral Fury needs to make Lina play ball. She brings up Ellie and her tie to him and even threatens her with killing him off Lady D style if she doesn't stick to the plan. Unfortunately, this is made worse by her run-ins with Keta too, so Lina really is in a tough spot. When Lina meets up with Ellie again, he has plans to go away together to a fancy hotel and spend time together. Unfortunately, Lina can't enjoy this as she knows his life hangs in the balance. She can't risk him ending up as collateral damage, so Lina breaks things off with him, leaving the bar with tears streaming down her face while the Furies guy watches on gravely from the bar. A post-credit sequence then ensues that sees the Fixer show up at a grave, which happens to be for Lina. Oh dear. The episode review. Lots of secrets in this episode have started to be unveiled, and it certainly spices up this twisty-turny thriller. Is Lina really who she says she is? What's going on with Kata? And how is all of this connected together? All of these questions are certainly swirling around the thriller, which introduces us to the criminal underworld and a whole array of different players whom I'm guessing we're going to see in turn until the very end. I'm calling it now. Mr. Parkes is the red herring designed to make us think he's the bad guy when in reality, it's someone else at the table. Who? Well, we'll have to wait and see for now. Either way, Furies definitely has a lot to whet the appetite, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what direction this story takes next.